And welcome to 365 Inspired Yoga Classes. My name is Janet. I'm honored to be here to guide this practice, and our practice today is inspired by yoga for shoulders and neck. So I've been practicing yoga for, I think, almost 30 years now, and I indeed have to admit that sometimes the muscles up in this area of my body get really sore. A lot of you might have jobs right now where you're sitting on a computer, or maybe you're driving a bit, and those are other areas of life where we get really tense in the shoulders and neck area. And so today's practice is going to help you with that. And I'm going to ask you to grab a block, because that will help. And we're going to start seated on a block. That might be a nice way to sit. Some of you might like to sit on a chair. That would work for you perhaps. Or you could sit on a blanket, or even just right down on your mat. So as you come to seated, I want you to sit up nice and tall. Roll your shoulders down and back. So this class is inspired by an article I read in Yoga Journal magazine back in 2016. Gary Crafstow put out an article about how yoga helps the shoulder and neck pain. He's also the author of several wonderful yoga books, and I'll be sure to leave links for you on my website and at the end of this video so you can check out those books, Yoga for Wellness and more. So sitting up nice and tall, first thing to do is really examine your posture. I'll turn to the side so you can see what I mean by that. So if you find that you're sitting and your body feels rounded, that's kind of the normal. Oliver, you want to join us? You can sit on this blanket right here. So when we're working away, when we're driving, sit. There you go, lay down. We might find that our bodies get all slumpy and rounded. So in yoga, we're trying to realign or stack the bones. Oh, here comes Chloe. Everybody wants to do yoga with me today. Yay, it's a good day. Hi, Chloe. So I'm going to turn back, but first I want to just make a note of it. You're going to try to sit up nice and tall. There are some natural curves, so my pelvis seems to tilt back a little bit. My lower back tilts inward. Upper back rounds ever so slightly, and then you'll notice the neck has a bit of a curve too. So try to sit up as tall as you can. And if it's hard for you now, trust me, keep doing yoga. It will get better. Your posture will improve. Another great benefit of yoga. So I'm sitting here tall on my block, and I'm going to ask you to really check in to try to sit nice and tall. Then I want you to take your shoulders round and forward. Feel that? Not so good. Take them up towards your ears, and then send them down and back. Just like that. Let's do it again. Forward and up, down and back. A couple more times. Forward and up, down and back. One more round, forward and up, and then down and back. Now leave the shoulders down and back so that it feels like the chest is open, the shoulder blades are squeezed together, and then slowly lower your chin to your chest. Feel the stretch in the muscles in the back of your neck. Let's lift the chin all the way up to the ceiling. Feel the muscle stretch in the front of your neck. And then do this a few more times, chin to chest, and then lift the gaze up. There you go, one more time. And then come to neutral. If you felt any discomfort there, be super careful here. We're going to continue to examine movement of the neck. Gently lower your left ear towards your left shoulder, stretching the right side of your neck, or whatever feels like the left ear, left shoulder today. And then bring your head up to neutral. Let's take it right ear, right shoulder. Feel the stretch in the left side of your neck. Good. Bring your head up to neutral. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Breathe in easy. Lift your head up and exhale, right ear, right shoulder. One more time. Back to center, left to left, back to center, and then right to right. Good. Lower your chin to your chest, and then gently roll your left ear to the left shoulder. Exhale your chin to your chest and inhale right ear, right shoulder. Let's try that a few times. For the most part, you're breathing in and out of your nose. If that's not comfortable today, maybe you're breathing through your mouth. Totally fine. As long as you're breathing, you're doing it right. One more time with each side. Good, and coming back up to neutral. There we go. So let's continue to examine the shoulders, but first stretch out your legs. Maybe wiggling them out just a little bit and recrossing them with the opposite leg in front, if you can remember what that was. We're going to take the shoulders and roll them up and send them down and back just to make sure we're opening the shoulders. Take your hands out wide like the letter T, turn your thumbs down, and bring your hands behind your back. Interlace them at your tail. Send your thumb knuckles to the earth as the shoulder blades squeeze together. You can add on if it feels good by lifting your chin up and lowering your chin down. One more time. Chin lifts high and then lower it down. Good. Bring your gaze back to neutral and then release your hands from behind your back. Take our arms out like the letter T and bend the elbows 90 degrees. Gold post or cactus arms. I sometimes call them goddess arms. Bring your palms and elbows to touch. Slide your left elbow down, right elbow toward you, and see if your hands can come into an eagle grasp. If that's really not happening, maybe the backs of your hands can connect. Another option is to place your hands on your shoulders and maybe your elbows don't really touch. Totally fine, whatever works for you. Let's breathe in and stretch the fingertips up high. Feel the stretch through your upper back and shoulders as you exhale. Push your elbows down. Do that again. Inhale, fingertips reach up. Exhale, elbows push down. One more time. Inhale, high. Exhale, lower the elbows down. Good. Let's lift the elbows to shoulder height. Take the arms out. Turn the thumbs down. Hands behind your back. Counter stretch. Sending your thumb knuckles toward the earth. Drop your chin to your chest. Feeling the stretch in the muscles of the upper back and neck. And then lift your head up and lift your chin all the way up. Just feeling the stretch in the front of your throat and through the chest muscles. Bring your head back to neutral and take your arms back out like the letter T. Bend your elbows 90 degrees and bring your palms and elbows together to touch. This time the right elbow slides down, the left elbow crosses in and on top, and take it as light or as deep as you need to go. So match what you did with the first side. And here we go. We're going to inhale to sweep our fingertips up nice and high. As we exhale, push your elbows down into your chest. Oh, doesn't that feel good in the shoulders and the upper back? Do it again. Breathe and reach your fingertips up. Exhale, elbows push down low. One more time. Inhale, high. Exhale, push the elbows down into your chest. Good. Let's release by bringing the elbows about shoulder height. Send the arms out, thumbs down. Let's do it again. Hands behind your back. Really opening up your chest. Lift your gaze up this time. Ah. And then lower your chin down. Come up to neutral and release. Awesome. Let's come on to hands and knees, tabletop position. So as you come onto your hands and knees on your yoga mat, your palms are stacked right beneath your shoulders. Your knees come underneath your hips. Your feet are flat back there on the mat. And let's flow a little bit here. Moving through the cow-cat sequence. As you inhale, you drop your belly and lift your gaze. Breathe out, round the spine, bring your chin to your chest. Keep flowing. Breathe into cow pose and breathe out to cat. Two more. Breathe in cow. Breathe out cat. Last time. Inhale cow. Exhale cat. Good. Come into a neutral tabletop position. Let's take our right hand, sweep it up high. And as you exhale, thread the needle. Bring your right arm underneath the left arm. Come down to your right temple, right shoulder. Send your left hand forward, or maybe take your left hand into the air, turn your thumb down, and bring your left hand behind your back. It might even touch the hip crease of the right hip. We're working through the shoulders here. This is a nice release. Let's take a few breaths here and enjoy the stretch. Good. And then go ahead and place your left palm on the mat. Press into the mat with your left hand and unravel, reach the right hand up. Come back to tabletop. Let's try that on the other side. Breathe and take your left hand, reach it high, and as you exhale, slide the left arm under the right, coming down to your left temple, left shoulder. And then maybe your right hand reaches forward or into the air. If it's in the air, turn your right thumb down, bring your right hand behind your back to seek the left hip crease. Just working towards stretching the neck and the shoulders in our practice together today. Take a couple more breaths here. To release, bring your right hand in front of your face and unravel to send your left hand up to the sky and bring yourself back to tabletop position. From tabletop position, let's take it into a bird dog position by taking the right leg back and the left hand forward, feeling the strength, holding there for 3. Keep holding, stay strong. 2, 1, good. Release your left hand, right knee to the mat. To the other side, left foot reaches out behind you and the right hand reaches forward. We're just holding here, staying steady, feel strong. 3, 2, 1, good. Right hand down, left knee to the mat. Awesome. Start to shift forward. I'm gonna need to back up on my mat so I have enough mat and I don't run into Oliver. And lower all the way down to your tummy. Let's move my blocks out of the way. We're gonna come into a few back bends that really squeeze the shoulder blades together from here. So we'll start with cobra pose and zip your legs together, your toes push into the mat, and then lift your head up and your heart up. And now lift your hands up, good. We're gonna try something with our hands. You're gonna reach both hands out, mine toward Oliver, and then my left hand's gonna sweep to the left, and my right hand's gonna come to my eyebrows. We'll call that a cobra salute. Breathe in as you exhale. Both hands will reach out, and inhale to switch it up. My right hand reaches to the right, my left hand comes to my eyebrows, and I lift into a cobra salute. And then let's neutralize both arms down on your mat, right cheek on the mat. Whew, that was kind of fun, wasn't it? The cobra salute. Good. Okay, let's add on here. Coming into locust pose, your chin is on the mat, arms out like the letter T. Start to lift your legs up, lift your heart up, lift your arms up. Good. Let's try the cobra salute. So slide the left hand back, right thumb comes to your eyebrows and you salute. Let's go back to arms out like the letter T, and then the left hand, that thumb comes to the eyebrows and you locust salute. And then both arms out and relax down. Left cheek rests on the mat, arms rest down by your side. Just take a few breaths here. Feeling the muscles in your back relax. When we lift like that, we're really working those upper back muscles, and that helps to support the shoulders and the neck. Bring your chin back to the mat, and we're going to do another locust, but this time we'll add a bind, lifting your head up and heart up. Take your hands, reach them behind your back like we did earlier when we were seated, and begin to straighten the arms as best you can. You can use a strap if it's hard to make this connection, and then lift your legs. Good. Breathe a few breaths here. Lifting and strengthening. One more big breath in. And as you breathe out, go ahead and release. Opposite cheek to the mat, or even better, bring your hands to stack beneath your forehead. Bend your knees and windshield wiper your feet side to side to release your lower back. That often feels really good. Place your feet back down and your palms beneath your shoulders. Push up into tabletop and come to standing on your knees. So as you come to standing on your knees, we're really going to open up the heart a little bit more here by bringing our hands to our lower back. Squeeze your elbows inward, lift your gaze up, and take a little back bend here. Can you feel the counter stretch for your spine when we end up like this at a computer? We're opening up the chest. So you can do this on your knees, standing, even seated. You're just going to draw the elbows toward each other, lift your gaze up, and maybe even enjoy a little back bend. What a great counter stretch for your back. And then draw back up. Awesome. Let's come back to tabletop. From tabletop position, curl your toes under, push up and back to downward facing dog. So especially for today's practice, we really want to press the heart back toward the thighs. What happens when we're really tight in the shoulders is we might find ourselves rounded. So pushing your tail high, your heart back toward your thighs, spread your fingers wide, let your head hang heavy. Simply breathe as you stretch and strengthen the shoulder joint area. Take a couple more breaths here. Good. Let's look forward and walk to forward fold at the top of the mat. With your feet together or separated, that's a little easier. Make it work for you. Just let yourself hang here. And then breathe in and slide your fingers up the legs a little bit or a lot so that you can come to a halfway lift. Notice my back is rounded. Imagine I'm going to put a plate on my back and I don't want to spill a drop of dinner, so I'm going to squeeze my shoulder blades together and create a flat spine. You feel that flat spine. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Inhale. As you exhale, come down to forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms out wide, all the way up overhead. And as you breathe out, bring your hands to prayer position in front of your heart. Take care of your body. Take time to really feel what feels good in your body. Pay attention to the amount of effort you're putting into the upper body. And balance that out with just the right amount of relaxation and ease. That is yoga. So as we flow a little bit here, feel free to take it slow or add a little challenge. I'll kind of throw it in there and you decide what works for you. So we're going to start off in mountain pose. Circle your arms overhead. Bringing your shoulders down from your ears and turning your palms forward really helps. Now once you're there in mountain pose, breathe in. And as you breathe out, bend your elbows out like the goddess arms, cactus, or goalpost arms we used earlier. Begin to lift your gaze up, squeeze your shoulder blades together toward each other, and open your heart into a gentle or a deep backward bend. With your next inhale, rise up, bring your palms to touch. And as you breathe out, lower all the way down into a forward fold stretch. Let me ask you to grab a block, maybe two, and step your left foot to the back of the mat. I want your left heel to push down, and as you lunge into the right knee, rise up. Warrior One posture has the hips square as best we can toward the front of the mat. So with hands at fingertips, pull your right hip back and your left hip forward. Lunge into the front right knee and reach your arms overhead. If your shoulders are tender, your arms might reach out like a letter V. Relax your shoulders down like you just had them a moment ago in your warrior pose. Lunge into the front knee and look down to see that the right knee aligns over the right ankle. Looks good. Breathe in. Breathe out slowly. Good. One more deep breath in. As you exhale, we're going to open up to warrior two. You might feel like you need to turn the back foot out just a little bit. Your arms are relaxed, or shoulders are relaxed. The arms are reaching out at shoulder height. Lunge the right knee over the right ankle. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. On your inhale, straighten your right leg. Exhale, tips the hips back. Reach forward as far as you can. And as you breathe out, tilt over to triangle pose. Bring your right block underneath your right hand, maybe, and reach your left hand high. Gaze up to the left palm if you like. This is triangle posture. Good. Now here's where I want you to really pay attention to the amount of effort required, or maybe you'll find some ease here. You decide. This would be the easier version of triangle posture. Stay here. Or begin to reach your left hand over your head. That's extended triangle. If it's too much, the left hand can reach to the ceiling. We're going to take that with the lower hand as well and work strong. If you're up for it, right arm reaches out as well. Utthita Trikonasana, extended triangle pose. Wow. Slowly release, right hand down, left hand high. Let's rise all the way up. Lunge into the front right knee. Look over your right fingertips. Breathe in. As you breathe out, bring your hands down to the mat and we'll meet in downward facing dog. Easy version, step back to down dog. Harder version, your yoga push-up from the knees. Lower halfway, keep the elbows close to the body. Breathe into upward facing dog. And let's meet in downward facing dog. Good. From downward facing dog, lift your gaze to your hands and slowly walk to forward fold. Breathe into halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Circle your arms wide, rise all the way up to mountain pose. Are you ready? Let's do the other side. Exhale into a back bend, elbows bend, goalpost arms. Breathe and rise all the way back up, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. As you breathe out, your hands touch the mat, and now the right foot steps to the back of the mat. Push your right heel down, right foot is turned in slightly. As you begin to rise up, the block is nearby, we might need it for triangle. Bring your hands to your hips, pull your left hip back, shift your right hip forward. From there, begin to reach your arms over your head, lunging into the left knee. You might look down and make sure it's lined up just over the left ankle. Looks good. Breathe in. Breathe out. Once more, slow breath in. As you breathe out, open it up to warrior two. As you peel open, the left knee stays lined over the left ankle. Shoulders are soft. Arms reach out at shoulder height. From here, let's slowly begin to straighten the left leg. Mindfully tip your hips back, reach as far forward as possible, and then reach down maybe placing the left block or the block underneath your left hand. Reach your right hand high and gaze up to the right hand. Triangle posture. We're playing around in the shoulder region today, so we're going to take the right hand, flip the palm inward and reach over your head, extended triangle. Decide how much effort, how much ease you feel like is appropriate for you today, and if you're feeling it and you tried it on the first side, start to send the left hand out where the right hand is. Extended triangle, extra strong version. Good. And then release in reverse order, left hand to the block, right hand to the sky. Slowly begin to rise up. Lunge into the front left knee, warrior two, breathe in. As you exhale, bring your hands down to the mat and step back to down dog. Or if you're feeling like you want a little more strength, come forward into plank, lower halfway, breathe into up dog, and we meet in downward facing dog. Whew. Feeling your shoulders now, aren't you? They feel good, hopefully nice and stretchy. Let's look forward and step all the way through and have a seat on your yoga mat. Wow, okay. So we're going to do a few seated stretches here, reclining, letting go. Start by sending your feet out in front of you. Roll your tushy back a little so you really feel a connection to the mat. As you inhale, reach up overhead, and as you breathe out, hinge at your hips and fold. You may be able to grab your toes, most likely just the legs, whatever works for you. Lift a little on your inhale and bow forward as you breathe out. Hi, Oliver. You're such a good boy. Stay right there. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, you might go a little deeper. Stay right there. Good. And then let's slowly begin to rise up. And using abdominal strength, let's throw in a boat pose. Feet on the mat, knees in the air. Sitting back, lift your legs, maybe lift your arms. Are you feeling it? If so, extend the legs. Holding strong. Woo! For 3, 2, 1. Let's lower all the way down with control. Take it into a full body stretch. Moving into bridge pose. Place, nope, go sit down. You sit down if you want to be here. Sit. You're going to hug both knees into your chest, giving the low back a nice extra stretch. And then place the feet on the mat right beneath your seat. Your feet are about hip distance apart. Reach down and see if your fingertips can touch your heels. And then press your pelvis, tucking under, press your pelvis up. Keep your gaze neutral and lift as high as you can. You might be able to slide your hands underneath you. Oliver, sit. We're going to slowly release the hands and come all the way down. Hug your knees into your chest and rock gently side to side. Let me get Oliver his blanket. Maybe I can get him to settle down here. You go on your blanket right there. Showing off his down dog, right? There you go. Alrighty, we're going to take this up a notch and reach our arms over our heads. So your feet are on the mat, close to your seat. And then as you inhale, tuck the pelvis under, lift up, and maybe your arms can sweep up overhead. Keep your gaze neutral, looking at the ceiling, noticing the movement in your shoulders. Take a couple breaths here. Lift your hips as high as you can. And then as you slowly lower down, lower your arms down by your side. Good. Let's move into a supine version of pigeon. From here, take your right leg up, bend your right knee, and place your right ankle on your left thigh. From there, you'll lift your gaze and thread the needle, bringing the hands through, the right hand through, meeting the left hand in the back of the left thigh. Lie back down, maybe hug the knees towards your chest. What a delicious stretch. We focused primarily on the shoulders and the neck region for our practice today. Let's kind of balance out our practice. We'll open up the hips, stretching through the hips a little bit here. And then slowly lower the left foot, send the right leg out. Let's give the right hamstring a little stretch. And then lower right foot next to the left. Second side, left leg in the air. And the left knee, left ankle to the right thigh. Thread the needle. reaching through. Stop looking over. Lay back. Enjoy the stretch. Thank you. You're a good boy. Yeah. Nice to release and slow down for our practice here today. I hope your shoulders are starting to feel a little bit more release, a little bit better. Yoga is wonderful for shoulders and neck, partly for the stretches, and I think so importantly, strengthening even all the muscles in the upper back. In fact, yoga is said to reset your muscles to the length and strength they were designed to be used for. So I hope you're enjoying this realignment class. Let's go ahead and release the right foot down. Maybe get the left hamstring and stretch as you kick the left leg up. And the left foot meets the right foot on the mat. Let's take it into a full body stretch. Feeling good. Hug your right knee, just your right knee up and into your chest. Rock your knee from side to side, moving the right hip around a little bit. Let's take the right leg and guide it across the body to the left side into a twist. Turn your gaze to the right. Use your left hand to guide the right leg even closer to the mat if you can. And then slowly unravel the twist. Let's draw both knees into the heart for a little squeeze, winding down here. Full body stretch. Let's do the other side. Take your left knee, hug it into your chest, rock it a little side to side, loosening and stretching into your left hip. And then use your right hand, guide the left leg across your body. Reach your left hand out and look out to the left. Really nice. Use your right hand and just pull the left knee even closer to the earth, or closer to Oliver if you have an Oliver next to you. And slowly begin to unravel, drawing both knees up and in for a little squeeze. I like to rock a little bit. It helps me to lengthen out my back. Try it if you like. Let's move into happy baby. Reach between your legs. Grab a hold of your feet. Hug your knees down and out toward the armpits. Push your tail to the ground, rocking side to side. Bending, straightening the legs a little or a lot. And then hug both knees in at center. Take yourself into a nice tight little ball. Breathe in, and as you exhale, relax into Shavasana, relaxation posture. As you find your way down onto your mat, begin to close your eyes and really settle in. Here's where we let it all go. Allow the ease of the practice to come right into play. As you continue to rest on your back, I would like to share a reading from Gabriel Roth. Attention is the bridge between the receptive feminine energy of awareness and the outgoing energy, masculine energy of action. Attention and awareness and action are the intelligence of the soul, which is a part of us that can relieve our pain by transforming suffering into inner wisdom. So I hope that you feel a relief in your neck and shoulders from our shared practice. I appreciate you sharing our channel with your friends and family, giving us a like, giving me some comments, letting me know what you like. I thank you so much. From my heart to yours, namaste.